Good morning and welcome to the Skærbæk Fan Weekend 2023 MOC Tour. Outside it's a beautiful sunny morning. In here it's quiet because everyone is having breakfast or getting out of bed, and we'll use that quiet before the storm to do the MOC Tour. So first up we have a pair of models of a workshop and a bus station by Mike and Kirsten from Germany. And up next we have a large diorama. We'll see who built that once we get to the other side of the table. And coming up are some beautiful posable models by Logan. They are from various anime and manga series. And a theme park which has just about everything and it's motorized. And we'll see who built that again as we get to the other side. And Sylvia's built us the houses of Rotterdam. Lots of windows and lots of beautiful colors. And we have the Forest of Hogwarts and the Hogsmeade Station, built by Olivier Bogart. And there are some really nice textures used to create a beautiful landscape inside the forest, with a lot of action going on and a lot of Hogwarts students. Then Gyort built Thomas the Tank Engine and all his friends. If you know those series, I certainly do from my children's childhood. Henrik has given us a map of Middle-earth. And we're back at the theme park which Lasse built. And as you can see, there are options for the visitors to engage and interact with the theme park once it's up and running. And Sandra has the Leopard House. And Core has built a Maersk train collection. And we're at the back of the zoo. No builder listed. Will survive. And there's a couple of beautiful flowers built by Simone Veselink. And at the next table we start out with the Book of Bam, which is the biggest musical festival in the Lego world. A bookshelf party. And Martijn has built a fully functional garbage factory, which can be controlled using the rather large white box in front. Didier has built Cascade. And here we have Deborah's 2022 Advent Calendar. A lot of beautiful small builds with a lot of nice techniques utilized. And we're moving into Star Wars. No mock display without a Star Wars build. The Duel on Kyrt. And here we have a rather large, densely foiled Rapunzel Tower. With a really, really awesome top. A medieval port. Gotta love those castle builds for all the crooked houses. Stefan's collection of Ferraris in miniland scale. We have Dr. King Schultz and Django, and a horse carriage, and Philippus has his car showroom with various themes and race cars, classic race cars included. And a pirate bay, again, like the castle, utilizing a lot of awesome techniques. And perhaps you get the backside of the castle built on the other side and see how all the houses are built inside. Definitely not something that would go into an official Lego set, but it gives a good impression of how sometimes MOCs are built. We have a vintage Lego logo built out of bricks. A house and a Japanese temple. And the space guys are here as well. First with the Blackturn 2 revisited. We're moving into Asterix by Paulo. And Nils Christian has the Black Ops 2 Zombie Transit. Lots of stuff going on, lots of angry zombies. And Muller Conrad Fix on display. More Star Wars with some beautiful iteration of Jedi Starfighters and TIE Fighters and X-Wings. And Abdil has brought his creative work. There's a Mediterranean headquarter house, some sweet birds in a tree, and a beautiful modern vintage Lego radio, which claims to be fully functional. We have a display of Lego Inside tour sets, and something which I hope I say correctly from Horizon Forbidden West, the Tremor Tusk. Large-scale Scania truck. Utilizing some of the beautiful old chrome parts. And here's another futuristic model, which looks a lot like it could be scenes from Fallout. It's built by Jacob Peterson. It's called Looking for Hope. And a few smaller MOCs. The Sugar Skull, the Poison Garden, Wedding Bouquet, some vignettes, a fitness center, which is not what I'm feeling right now, Pirate Tavern, and a few small builds, a docking bay and a sandcrawler on Tatooine by Michael Sjöstedt. And Warren has brought the Hamburg Sud Capsan ship. And coming to the other side, we have Andreas, who has brought various versions of the Batmobile from different eras. There's a Fiat 500 one. Don't think I ever saw that in a movie. Butterflies in Love, with a scene from New York City in 1929 behind it. It's a collection of exclusive minifigures, microfigures, vignettes in bright colors, sad looping. And here we have Peter, who's brought a Pokeball and a blue tit, along with a couple of swords. So many beautiful small and big models here. There's a bonsai tree, the little world of darkness, a floating island, scouts in nature, consoles, and we have the Wipeout Reborn. Oh, always been a fan of that game. Bionicle Toanuva of Matanui, School of Orphans. And the Tesseract. It's right here if anybody needs it. There's an upscale Lego parrot. And Jonas has built a Teddy Keeps You Safe at Night from the monster in the closet. This is why we all need a teddy bear. And the table ends up with a cattle car. Over here, Eddie and Jack build a circus. And Elias bought a greenhouse with a very complex top, it seems. Must be quite fragile to transport. And birds and a Viking longhouse. As a Dane, I appreciate that. Yeah. The Spider-Gwen chase. Tahu's arrival. And we have a Psy town. Can we pan all the way to the top? It's built by Simon, and it's a large tower consisting of 26 modular apartment pods known as Psy blocks, packed with high-tech greebling. All of it coming out of Rebel Lock. We have a X-Wing Starfighter and a B-Wing Starfighter. And here, Mansour and Tom built the Edge of Ilvendale. Beautiful build at an angle. And this is untitled and a little bit disturbing, but definitely a beautiful build. And we come into another huge Star Wars scene. Great to see that they have built a lot to create a really large scene with a lot of action going on. This was really beautiful during the dark hour yesterday, where the blue parts lit up on on the scene. And it's Alexander and Mika Dombrowski who built the Battle of Naboo. And we have a model named God of Earth. And Benjamin built the girl with the red wagon. And Mirko has built a beautiful model named the SH Project, another Star Wars build. A beautiful angled house, lots of tan, lots of textures, lots of things going on. The chateau, and I don't think I should try to read that out. I'll probably fail miserably at the name. There's a history of the Lego planes. An upscaled model of the broadside brick. That's quite clever. And a Christmas pyramid by Susan Earls. And a mosaic named Save the Turtles. That's amazing. Good stuff. Here you have the option as the visitor to play around with remote controlled tractors, picking up hopefully unprinted minifigure heads. It is, otherwise it would be a bit concerning. But this has been great fun for the visitors to interact with the models and play around. They really appreciate when that's possible. And there's a bridge you can cross, and the bridge is also controlled, and it's built by Robert Engelleiter. And we'll go around the table. There are more large-scale MOCs here of trucks and tractors and farming tools we want to see. Seems like quite a few of the builds are built by Robert. He must have a rather large car to transport all this in. And quite a few of them actually also has the Technic figure in there. Glad to see that they are still around. And Alan has given us a tractor, along with Jens, who also built several farming vehicles. And this is a build in progress. It's David Gustafsson from Sweden who's building a Volvo V70. And as far as I heard, he brings it and he builds on it at events. So eventually it will be finished. It's not because it's coming apart. It's actually because this is how far he's come so far, which is quite impressive, I think. Lots of white, huge storage box for transportation. And we move into the next build. We have Sherlock Holmes at the crime scene. That's quite genius, building an alleyway that way. And panning along, we have small Italian glimpse, some of the more canny, quirky Lego dolls ever made. The Modular Museum of Modern Art. Some hats and crowns, Britishly inspired. The Bonsai Tea Garden. The Moorish Courtyard. Steam Train by Christopher Wilde, I guess. Texas State Capitol Building. And we move into the Rock Raiders mining mission. And it says that the silver elements are painted. Bring back chrome. And we have a lumber mech. That's quite funny. That's how you do lumber. You cut down trees. Eric has a Star Wars pod race that you can actually play. There's a clearly indicated press to start button. And the pods take off. And a house being redecorated, MOC named Squatted. The aquarium on an island. Lots of action going on. And Harald Halkrander brought the Klasse Snack Blocker, the Brick Talk House. Port Scheherazade, another castle built with a lot of beautiful techniques utilized to give texture to the walls. And Wes brought the Moonstone Tower, the Fell Portal, and the Gilded Gullet. John A. Hansen has a black, white, and grayscale Prohibition era MOC build. And the Bricklink designer program, Winter Chalet. A Muppet Showcase, and Andrea van der Verf built an owl. Bob's Burgers, and a Japanese landscape. A Disney Princess Village where every princess has her own house themed by her. Blacktron is back. We have a Blacktron music car, that's new, and a Blacktron spaceship engines. The Land of Elves. And some mechas fighting along with their minions. Bart has bought us some beautiful cars. There's an ambulance, there's a happy Volkswagen bus, there's a Bully, the old fire truck, and the arch of the Roman Emperor Constantine, and a Roman gladiator by Tom de Boyka. The pink gramophone with the Aqua vinyl LP present. Space Baby Tower. And what apparently is the ice cream battle. And we have the infected island, which looks nice on top, but definitely disturbing underneath the sea. Cuban landscape. And a Belarusian welcome. Then we'll move to the side of the hall. And afterwards we'll just check that we have everything from this hall and move on to the next hall. So coming up first is a mini land scaled, I take from the figures, the Forest of Wales. So there's a whale in the forest. Never heard of that. The Institute for X in Aarhus by Frederick. And a NXT powered with sound Ugly Christmas Sweater by Dan Cresson. Is there such a thing as an ugly Christmas sweater? Or are they just Christmas sweaters? Cami has built a rainbow waterfall, and she's been kind enough to leave the lights on just for us. And we have a clone trooper helmet, mosaic. Some Hoth scenes, it seems. Star Wars again. And build of, let's see, just to be sure. "26 micro-scale MOCs that all relate to the city of Lisboa." Nice. A lot of green and red brick goes into the backdrop there. And Bill has built the Kahuka Tiki Bar and the Gingerbread House. There's a Lego Banksy collection. And the SA2 Samson amp suit, scale suit. All of it coming out of Avatar. And Cybrand built a Fabulent time for apple pie. Great to see the Fabulent theme represented. There's a Judge Dredd helmet. And Chainsaw Man Pokita by Leon. That's disturbing. Beautiful tractor and train, a Western mine, and the 30 years of Jurassic Park. The Walk of Freedom. The Wall of Freedom, it says in the translation. Whether it's the walk or the war or wall, we don't know. Gary Davis has given us a beautiful build of Captain James T. Kirk of Star Trek. There's a pop-up book by Albin Hansen. An Oscar and a Robert. And various in-the-bottle builds by Cornelia and Annika. And Nathaniel has built the Brave Knights battling the dragon. Kurt Glass built a space scene, classic space scene, which is mining for Trinilodium. Why do they have to use so difficult words for me? It's Sunday morning. Jeppe has the Batcave. Thank you, Jeppe, for choosing something that I can say more easily. Ivan has various Scania MOCs. Beautiful iterations in different colors. And we move into some classic farming tools. Richard Jansen. And Andrea has the Grimm's Fairy Tales. So this was the first hall out of the two halls. I hope you enjoyed seeing the MOCs here.